All right, Irish fans, welcome back. We now have the second half getting started for you. Just during halftime, did some browsing across the World Wide Web and got you guys a couple fun updates for especially D5. One of the matchups I mentioned in my pregame was GRCC versus Grand Rapids West Catholic. That game is currently tied 14-14 in the fourth quarter. Don't have an exact time. 2026 Grand Rapids West Catholic quarterback, who shares the last name as my first name. I believe it's Augustine, something along those lines. Tied it up at 14, so that's a pretty close game going on. Very different from ours right now. In other news, the Harper Woods game has been paused with the Harper Woods leading 20-20 due to multiple fights breaking out in the stands. So that game is currently on hold. Not sure when it's going to start up. Not super important for us, just figured it'd be interesting little tidbit for everyone's entertainment. The Irish currently lead the Detroit Denby Tars 35-0. Anthony Tartaglia has 2 touchdowns. Roa Sink and Liparotto each have one of their own. Stowe has 2 touchdown passes and an interception. His first interception since early in the season, making his ratio now 32-3. Still a pretty impressive ratio. However, with that being said, the Irish still not in the clear in this game. Denby has shown multiple times they can get some really good drives put together. So for the Irish to really put this one to bed, I think they need to get I'd say they need at least 2 scores before they can start easing off the gas, and even then still need to remain vigilant. Denby elected to receive the kick after winning the toss, so the Irish are going to start out with the ball. Once the second half gets underway, as the Irish team gets stretched out after coming out of halftime. So some good and interesting play calls from the offensive coordinators. Early in the game, we had a fun end around to Liparotto for a big gain. The spacing route that left Sink wide open for the first touchdown of the game. And then, of course, that fake screen play that the Irish run oh so well. So the Irish currently lead it 35-0. Kickoff team for Denby. This is the first time we're going to see them. They still haven't scored 28 viewers. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. But we have not seen the Denby kickoff squad yet today. They haven't had a reason to put them out. They elected to receive the opening kickoff, so didn't kick off then. Still yet to score, so haven't had a kickoff there either. So first time we're seeing them, not sure. Didn't get a scout on them on what they look like, but this Irish team is coming out looking energized and rejuvenated, ready to go and try to put this game away. Sam Stowe getting some warm-up passes in. And the Irish special teams unit on their way out. As it stood the past couple of games, it's been Liparotto and Chris Artinian back to receive. Not sure where that will be now. Looks like they're going to keep that about the same. Check that that's going to be Ross Cherfoli back to receive now instead of Artinian. Artinian has now been moved up towards the second row of the kick return crew. Standing at their own 20 are Cherfoli and Liparotto. To kick is Malik Mobley. Hustling down is a man who's been designated as the king of hype by Coach Fox himself, Coach Yannick. Film coordinator for varsity, as Malik Mobley out to kick away to Liparotto and Cherfoli. So Mobley back to kick. Takes the run up. Looks like an onside kick. Fielded, fumbled. Looks like the Irish fell on top of that. They did. Henry Ewell's first hands on that, fumbled it a little bit. The Irish special teams was able to fall on it. Closest man in the vicinity was Daron Jennings, just barely missed that pickup. Good awareness there from the Irish. Out comes Sam Stowe. He had two passing touchdowns in the first, along with an interception. 3 run touchdowns coming by the way of the run game. Has one to his right, one to his left. Stacking the line of scrimmage with Liparoto in the backfield. Takes a snap, hands off to Liparoto. Liparoto doesn't have much room, working for about 4 yards there. Didn't have a ton of room there, able to make it work just a little bit. Make that 2nd and 6 now for the Irish. So temperatures continuing to drop as we go into the winter and late fall. Same formation, one on either side, stacking the line. Hands it off to Liparoto. Liparoto still a little bit of room. Breaking through some arm tackles across. Gain of about 7, going to be enough for an Irish first down. Trayvon Cottrell there on the tackle. Irish lead at 35-0. Ben Liparoto had a rushing touchdown, punched it in for about a yard with the help of the O-line, as Stowe has 2 to his left and 1 to his right. Another handoff to Liparoto. Brought down, hit immediately there by Kenneth McClinton. His 2nd tackle for loss of the game puts him at 24.5 on the year. As we mentioned earlier, he leads the state in sacks, as well as being 6th in the nation.
2nd and 12.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Whalen earlier. They said they think they have the guys for it. Watching the film, a lot of his sacks come from missed blocks. As Stowe looks left, throws to Whitten. Whitten is out, got the first down, still going. Go, Blake, go! To the 20! Blake Whitten with a big gain there and an Irish first down. As the student section goes absolutely nuts. Big gain there from Blake Whitten. Ran a great slant across the middle. 2 to the left, 1 to the right for Stowe. On a quick audible, has Tartaglia in the backfield. Takes the snap. Looking left. Lofts it up for Roa. Roa under it. Touchdown, Irish. Stowe hits Roa. Roa's 2nd of the game on a great fade pass. So Roa's touchdown gives the Irish the lead 41-0. PAT on the way. Cannot be understated how much that touchdown was set up by a Blake Whitten catch for about a gain of about 20 as the kick is up. Little low, but still good. Irish lead at 42-0. So band still in the band room, getting packed back up after their halftime performance, so getting the a cappella version from the cheerleading. Irish lead it 42-0, 8 minutes and 47 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Marched down the field after the onside kick failed. Had had 2 first downs, 1 from Ben Liparoto and 1 from Blake Whitten before the touchdown. Subbing out is Brody Sink, looking like they're going to start slowly but surely taking out some starters as they now lead it by 42 as Fulcher prepares to kick it away. McClinton and Jennings back. So bullet from Fulcher bounces at the 5, takes a bad hop out of bounds. But my goodness, did he unleash a boot on that one. Irish defense still standing strong, yet to give up any points to the Tars. I meant to do some research at halftime as into what a tar was. Wasn't able to get around to that, so still not entirely sure. Kendrick empty has one on either side. So that now has one in the backfield. That's Demarion Pruitt subbing in for Tyree Robinson. Out of the shotgun, one to each side. Takes the snap, dropping back. Throwing, short route to Jennings. Brought down, first down. Brought down by Drake Roa.
First down for Denby.
So Denby gets the first down there on the first play of the drive. Irish starting to press back a little bit and focus on coverage. A little bit of soft coverage over the top. Same formation, one on either side. Pruitt still in the backfield, next to Kendrick. Takes the snap, dropping back. Chase, gonna go down. So in the blink of an eye, Christopher Kendrick brought down in the backfield.
Backfield by number 72,
Henry Ewells with the tackle.
Going to bring up a 2nd and 15.
We're gonna get an interview with him after the game. He's had a couple tackles for loss today, as well as some really good play on special teams as well. The O-linemen have been begging for interviews. I've decided I'm gonna cave, gonna give it to them. Might try to get one with Blake Wooden as well. Same formation. Blitz coming, Sink brings him down in the backfield. Brody Sink shot out of a cannon, parts the O-line like it's the Red Sea. Immediate pressure on Kendrick, another tackle for a loss, and a sack for Brody Sink. Jack Williams coming off. 3rd and long for the Irish. A strategy they've been employing a lot is subbing Drake Roa and Logan Tuttle on and off for each other. If they expect a run play, they bring in Log to bulk up the D-line. If they expect a pass play, they bring in Drake to try to cushion that secondary. The secondary has been pretty good. No crazy standouts, but they also play primarily run-heavy teams. Kendrick is empty, has one on each side, throws short in the direction of Malik Mobley. Missed by a pretty wide margin. 4th and 21, out comes the punt squad. Or do they? We shall see. So 4th and 21, they will punt. Just have not had nearly enough offense going. Trail by 42, 5 minutes and 50 seconds. We are in a running clock because the lead is more than 40. So hopefully this second half doesn't last an hour and 30 minutes like the first one did. As Liparoto is back to receive. Kick almost blocked, really just a little wobbler. Got about 20 yards, now rolling with some backspin. Backspin.
That ball is going to be placed on the 41-yard line.
So the Irish will start at the 41-yard line. Started the 50 last drive, which was capped off by a Drake Roa touchdown. Stowe has 2 to his left, 1 to his right. Trifoli alone on the right. Looks like Sink might be done for the day. Either that or he's just getting a break. Sink and Liparotto both on the sideline with their helmets off. Handoff up the middle to Chris Artinian. Chris Artinian running through some more tackles for the first. We saw him last week running through tackles left and right on a 30-yard touchdown run, in which he broke, I believe, 7 tackles. So keeping up that violent run that the Irish do so well, as it looks like Liparotto will most likely be done on offense. Another handoff to Artinian. Artinian's got a gap up the middle, puts a move on a man, breaking through some more tackles. Another first. That is 2 runs, 22 yards for Chris Artinian. Got a first and a first. 2 first downs, 3 minutes and 57 seconds. Stowe has 1 to his left, 2 to his right. Artinian still in the backfield. So when you look at the depth on this Notre Dame team, you do notice they have a lot of seniors. They're graduating, I'll get a quick count, they're graduating at least a dozen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 18. They're graduating 18 seniors, the majority of which are starters, as Chris Artinian takes that one all the way across to the 1-yard line. 3rd carry, 3rd first down. But the Irish are graduating a lot of star players and skill position players this year. So a lot of the thoughts is, well, next year's probably going to be a rebuild year, which is something that a lot of people thought about this season. They lost Billy Collins, Joey DeCostas. A lot of these guys that are in their high-value positions that did their job really, really well. But then you look at this team and they're coming out, doesn't look like they're struggling whatsoever. Stowe's got 2 to his right, 1 to his left. Coming in motion is Roa across the formation to the right. Hands it off to Chris Artinian. Artinian up the gut, fighting for yards, no gain. But then you start to look down the roster. You've got 3 consistent starters overall that are not seniors. You've got Chris Artinian, Ross Trifoli, Jack Fallon. These guys are sophomores, all very good at what they do, and really look like they're going to be leading the way for the Irish in the years to come. As a senior, this will be the only year I get to cover football, but I can say with confidence the future looks pretty bright. Isaac Jacob came in for a couple plays last game, looked pretty solid there, had a rushing touchdown. 1 left bunch to the right of Stowe. Artinian still in the backfield. Takes the snap. Toss to Artinian. Artinian got a gap. Going to go in for the touchdown.
Touchdown, number 5, Chris Artinian.
So Chris Artinian, 2nd touchdown of the season. But as I was saying, it really doesn't seem like the Irish are going to fall off too hard from this year to next. After winning the state championship last year, I thought, well, we look at all these seniors we have. I really feel like there's a chance that this team is sitting middle of the pack. But when you look at having a quarterback return for another season on varsity is huge. Having who was your number 2 guy last year, return back as the 1 guy is that PAT from Fulshire is good. Lead is 49-0 Irish. When you've got a quarterback that returns, your number 2 guy who becomes your number 1 coming back. Sink, who is really one of the leaders of this defense last year, coming back, now playing wide receiver as well. Tartaglia stepping up, rarely played any offense last year, now coming in as a running back and really doing a great job, along with the addition of Ben Liparotto coming over from soccer. This Irish team, I'd say they might even be better than last year. Defeated a good Hudsonville Unity Christian team, a team that kind of annihilated the Irish last year in the final game of the season. But the future is bright. The present is even brighter for the Irish. Back to return, Kenneth McClinton and Darren Jennings. Owen Fulcher off to kick. Minute and 31 left in the third quarter. Irish lead it by 49. Kick is up and away from Fulcher, arcing end over end, fielded at the 5 by Jennings. Out across the 10 to the 15. Breaks it through one tackle, breaks through another, out across the 30, 35, 40, 50, out of bounds at the 45.
Brought down by number 50, Lucas Bigelow.
Lucas Bigelow making that tackle, forcing him out of bounds there very well. As the Tars are going to start with pretty good field position here, starting at their own 49. Make that 48. Numbers are hard. .46 seconds remaining. Kendrick is empty in the backfield, has one to his left, two to his right. Everybody else lined up on the line to try to give him some extra protection. They've been trying that all game. Irish have been getting pressure regardless, doing a great job on the D-line. Takes a snap, under some pressure, going to be brought down. Not sure who that was. Looks like that was Lucas Bigelow there.
Backfield, number 50, Lucas Bigelow.
Lucas Bigelow made that tackle there. He's had a great game today. And really, something that I don't think a lot of people realize is, at face value, this Irish defense, you've got Tartaglia, you've got Sink, and you've got Ewells. Those are like the core three that when you talk about this Irish defense, those are like, that's the star power. When you look at them in terms of stats, those are the guys that jump out at you. But then you dig a little deeper, you've got guys like Lucas Bigelow, Jack Williams, Logan Tuttle now, Owen Fulcher, and now and today we saw it even more. Ashton Gus, these guys that consistently just pitch in little by little and help the Irish really round out their defense. Because we saw it especially against DCD, a team that has maybe 3 stars on each side of the ball can't be successful without a good supporting cast, and I really think the Irish have a great supporting cast here. Second and 17 now from the 41-yard line. Start of the start of the fourth quarter, which is the second quarter in this half. Tars trail by 49. Fresh 12 minutes on the clock. Kendrick has 2 to his left, 1 to his right. Not sure if subs have been put in for the Irish. Lucas Bigelow did get moved to linebacker, it looks like. Either that or it's Blake Bertraw. Kendricks takes a snap. That is Bertraw. Looking left, throwing left. Broken up there. Broken up there by Ben Liparotto. Did a good job. Got under the hands for the pass breakup. 3rd and 17. Coming in is David Lanfear, subbing out. Henry Ewells coming in as well. Number 77. Subbing out Jack Williams. That's Marcelo Cunith. Subbing out Jack Williams. Timeout called by the Irish.
Timeout.
So Coach Fox trying to get some of his underclassmen in. As the Irish start to put some subs in, as they do have a pretty solid lead. So looking like it's going to be a full wash on defense for the Irish. Lucas Catula's day looks to be done. see if I can identify all the new guys. Isaac Jacob is in. Nick Palushai is in. Ben Liparetto's still in. David Lanfear in. Marcelo Kunith is in. Blake Bertraw. And everything else remains about the same. Empty for Kendrick, has 2 to his left, 1 to his right. Rushing out to the left side. Doesn't have much room, being chased there by David Lanfear and escorted out of bounds. Angling him off was Blake Bertraw. Going to be 4th and I'd say 11. We'll see if the Tars elect to go for it. Looks like they will. The 2s and 3s coming in for the Irish on defense. Still managing to hold things down pretty well. Same formation for the Tars. 2 to the left, 1 to the right, and empty for Kendrick. Takes the snap out of the gun. Looking, got plenty of time. David Lanfear drops into coverage. Rushing, gonna send it deep. And that is picked off. Thrown in the direction of Trey Bush. Ashton Gust goes up and picks him off. What a play by Ashton Gust. Great catch there by Gusto. In essence, an arm punt by the Tars. 9 minutes counting down. Isaac Jacob is in for Sam Stowe. So full sail on offense and defense. Something I was curious is, should the Irish get a lead like this, do we think Kenneth McClinton's going to get a couple more sacks if he does have a second string lined up against him? Currently staring down number 77, Marcelo Kunith. So we shall see. Kanda in the backfield. Isaac Jacobs in the shotgun. 2 to his right, 1 to his left. Takes the snap. Gonna run it. Gets around to the left side. Not much room. Gonna be forced out of bounds.
13. Isaac Jacob with keeper.
So Isaac Jacob looking like he's a bit of a run-first quarterback. Fox lecturing him a little bit.
He was out of bounds, but in the throw. Nelson Beasley.
In the backfield for the Irish, number 23. That is Clint Conda. Clint Kander, Clint Conda, I'm not entirely sure. Luca Bologna in at wide receiver. Josh Laura, that's not Josh. Ross Foley in at wide receiver. Out of the gun. Handoff to Kanda. Kanda out across. Got just short of the first down. Clint Kanda there. Big gain for the Irish and enough for a first down. So Brady Seifert coming in now. Subbing out Anthony Fiscione, better known as Fish. You can catch more of Fish in the springtime when we start covering baseball.
Love that kid.
Tula being ushered down. Not sure what the case is. Jacob has 2 to his left, 1 to his right. Hands that off to Kanda. Kanda swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Going to be down for a loss of about 3. So 6 minutes, 40 seconds left in the game. Your Irish leading 49-0, looking like they're going to move on to the next week against the winner of Richmond versus Frankenmuth. I'd give a score update if it meant I could stay on stream. However, I'm not able to multitask, so I will give an update in the post game. 2nd and 14 for Jacob. 2 to his left, 1 to his right. Hand throws that over the top. Gonna be batted down at the line of scrimmage.
Pass is intended for number 62. Brady.
Pass intended for Brady Seifert. Batted down at the line of scrimmage.
We're at third down.
It's a really good play from the Irish today. 5 minutes, 40 seconds counting down. Same formation for the Irish. 2 to the left, 1 to the right of quarterback Isaac Jacobs. 1 in the backfield as Clint Kanda. Jacob out of the gun. Takes the snap. Looking left. Brought down immediately. Kenneth McClinton laid a big hit on Isaac Jacobs there. Looking like, I believe that is going to be a fumble recovered by the Tars. So Jacob was brought down pretty abruptly by Kenneth McClinton, showing that even though he does get a decent amount of sacks due to missed blocks, he is able to get in there for some big hits. Coach Fox getting the call from the referee. It is a fumble recovered by the Tars. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left in the game. I'm Augie Villawan. You've been listening to NDP Athletics Broadcasting's coverage of the playoff game between Notre Dame Prep and Detroit Denby. Notre Dame Prep leads at 49-0. Denby knocking on the door, 1st and 10 from the, not sure what yard line, but there is going to be a flag down on the play. Called on the offense. Too many men on the field. Called on Denby. Anthony Tartaglia was in there, not in there anymore. So that's just a kid who just loves football. So Roa and Gust are out, meaning we've got a full second string defense for the Irish. 1 in the backfield, that's Robinson next to Kendrick. 2 to his left, 1 to his right. Out of the gun. Takes the snap, looking left, throwing that up, picked off. Never mind. Would have been an interception, did not stay in bounds. That was Ross Cherfoli. 2nd and 15 now, just under 3 minutes left in the game. Looking like your Irish are going to take this one, barring some sort of miracle on the part of Detroit Denby. Three to the right and 1 in the backfield for Kendrick. Sitting out of the shotgun. And going to be a flag on the play. Kendrick visibly upset with his receivers right now. As a senior, I do understand where he's coming from. Although flag is picked up. I do understand where you're coming from, especially in playoffs when it's a score like this. A lot of emotions welling up for all the seniors. As dumps that one off to Robinson. Robinson across the 10. 5, going to be brought down at the 3. First and goal for the Tars, minute 35 left.
21. Grand Rapids, 20.
And so now just hearing Grand Rapids West upsetting GRCC 21-20. That is a big deal, folks, as that run is snuffed out at about the line of scrimmage. Big, big deal. GRCC ranked number 1 coming into the playoffs. Irish were ranked number 2. As they were in the district finals, we are currently in the district semifinals. They got a little bit of a quicker start than we did. 50 seconds left two to the right, one to the left of Kendrick. One in the backfield, that is Tyree Robinson. As clock starts to count down, it will look like your Irish will move on to next week in the playoffs, facing the winner of Richmond versus Yale, Richmond versus Frankenmuth, as that is picked off by the Irish. And that's Blake Birdshaw.
Number 55,
Blake Birdshaw back in coverage with an interception.
Birdshaw.
As the clock runs out, the Irish are going to win this one thanks to a game-sealing interception from Blake Birdshaw. With all that, I'm Augie Villawan. Thank you so much for tuning in to the NDP Athletics showing of your Notre Dame Prep Fighting Irish taking on the Detroit Denby Tars. The Irish victorious 49-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, before the presentation of the district championship trophy,
Or this was district championship.
Both of these.
Never mind, this was the district final. Irish with a commanding win to win the district, as they will head on to regionals next week. Like I said, facing the winner of Richmond versus Yale. I'm Augie Villawan. Thank you so much for tuning into the NDP Athletics coverage of tonight's game. Make sure you drive safely, and we will catch you guys next week.